Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'm gonna finally get you guys some paint content on the 89 240SX. I'm joined by my buddy Andy. He's currently holding the camera for me. I'm gonna have him basically walk you through what has been done so far. Andy's gonna be doing the majority of the body and paint work. When I say majority, probably all of it because I don't have experience with it. But Andy has been working really hard in the background over the last several weeks while I've been catching up on reviews and also working on the 240, but just undoing and redoing stuff that I really wasn't thrilled with early on in the build. So if you haven't seen any of the last several episodes of the car, I've got the playlist down in the description box below. But in this video, you guys are going to finally see some paint on some parts. So we're gonna kick things off with Andy walking you guys through what he's been doing so far, the products he's been using, kind of the game plan for this video. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but this has been a long time coming and I am so excited to be bringing this video to you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
What's going on, everybody? Here we are today this evening along with my beloved brother Kyle. And I thank you so much to Clean Sport. Thank you so much to Transtar for being able to provide us with a lot of the products that we need. Very soon, we will be spraying epoxy primer again over this rear bumper. It's had a good bit of body work done to it. Nothing crazy, a little bit of plastic welding, a little bit of reshaping at the bottom, filing and sanding. When it comes to prepping plastics, you don't try to gouge it all up. So 80 at the max for some fillers, but the majority of the component has been dealt with 180 up to 320, and in some cases 400 wet sand using Clean Sport sandpapers. This right now is just about ready to go. Before I did a lot of the body work, I applied an epoxy coat over it to start the application of the products so that I have the best adherence possible. And that being said, that is pretty much the same process that all of these components that we're probably going to review right now have gone through. We can take a look right here to this hatch. It looks really good. Excuse the little bit of dust. There has been a lot of work going on. And this component has been dealt with already previously. Kyle did some metal work. And along with that metal work, unfortunately, but it does happen, you get a little bit of warpage. So me coming in with the experience that I have, and I'm not the greatest body man alive, but I'm decent. I've been able to reshape this hatch and get it really squared up to mitigate the defects, help it as best as possible for it to once again be pretty much what you would see brand new part. A lot of these components, they're older than me, or just as old as me, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but do the math. This is what, 93, right?
89.
80. Oh, excuse me, 89. So I kind of gave away my age, but y'all still don't know. Anyways, side, skirts, they all include a lot of the repair that was done on the bumper, but a little bit less intense. And for that, we've been using the plastic Cling Plast. It's like plastic putty. I mean, it spreads like butter and it sands like mayonnaise. I really like it. It's a good product. And along with that, side skirts, they also had to go through the same process. Like I said, excuse the dust. They're at the stage to where they're ready to just have that sealer put on and then base coat, clear coat. Obviously with a cleaning before it all gets done. And with that cleaning, I'm also going to be using some of the products provided to us by Clean Sport. Still have a few more components as far as like the front valance to take care of, but right here on this stand we can look at the gas door. We can look at the center part of the valance for the rear bumper, and these are going to be the left and right hand side of the valance for the rear bumper. Everything is turned out optically smooth and literally smooth. Using these products, I've really come to like them, the way that it lays out. It really is satisfactory seeing everything lay out smooth. And for that, we've been using the Transtar 6161 epoxy primer. And initially I thought, oh man, I'm really gonna need some guide coat really to guide me with my bodywork. But nonetheless, it being black, blocking things out, it's kind of giving me a gateway to see how this stuff actually works out. And working through that process, I've been able to learn, hey, I don't really need guide coat as much as I thought, because when you're blocking versus using like an incorrect method to work out what should be flat panels, when you're blocking, it's gonna be flat, and it's gonna show you the shinier bits, which are obviously low spots. So with those low spots, I scuff them up with the 180 and I apply the product that I choose to flatten it out, depending on the depth of, you know, how unleveled it is. Everything so far has been pretty good, pretty level, and despite that, you know, it still takes a good bit of time to get these things show worthy, I would say. You know, as far as like the body lines that you're achieving, you want them to look as new as possible. So that has been the goal for all of these parts, and it has taken some time, but the end product is going to speak for itself, Lord willing, and I'm very happy with Klingsport and Transtar with what they provided us. And it is raining and it is thundering, so you know, hopefully we get some cats and dogs here soon in the lawn, who knows. But I'm very happy with Klingsport. I'm very happy with Transtar, with the products that they've provided for us. It has been phenomenal. It really has been. Everything is working really nice, really good. We are, Kyle and I, very happy to deal with these products. Thank you guys for your time.
Bro left his window down. Oh no! Did you get it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Alright everyone, got some more parts in epoxy. I'm going to have Andy kind of explain what he had to do to this front valance because it was rough.
Alright, what's going on everybody? Yes, like Kyle said, along with these components, we've had a little bit of repair work to do with them, including a lot of scratches and a lot of cracks that this valance had coming from Japan. I took a good bit of time sanding everything flat. Once again, you know, using the products that we've mentioned, I was able to really give myself a good foundation and get these components into epoxy. This being an original component, being aged, was really pretty rough to the point to where at the moment of shooting, I ended up finding a few more spots that I missed during the prep work, trying to get everything done as quickly as possible, but also as nicely as possible. With the new old stock components, they didn't really require too much plastic. They didn't require any kind of plastic repair. But with this valance, I did have to do a good bit of plastic welding using my plastic repair kit. and got the structure really nice and sound again. And once all that was said and done, sanded everything back down again, spent some more time getting the corners of this component flat, getting the curves to curve again like they're supposed to, and getting the edges to look straight like they're supposed to. Right, so like with a lot of the components, you know, they require a lot of work, and there are some areas that I missed, but I would rather let it sit and wait throughout the evening in this epoxy, and I'll attack these components tomorrow. But what I have here is a void, along with the other side is another void. Not a big deal. I'm gonna continue to use the plastic repair kit, and I'm gonna restructure that, make it nice and sound and strong again so it can hold. And I'll probably be using that polyester putty again over it, just to really smoothen it all out. Like the rest of the valance has turned out real nice. I expect those areas to turn out nice as well. And hopefully for tomorrow morning, that'll be the goal. Knock it out.
Alright guys, here's the first thing that's going to get some color so we can get a really good representation of what this color is going to look like outside and across different angles. I believe this is called a speed form. We just picked up a pack of them on Amazon. It's basically used for paint samples, and it kind of looks like a McLaren or something like that, which is pretty cool. But again, it allows you to see the reflection of the paint across different surfaces and angles. Andy's painted this, or not painted, he has prepped this thing just like he has all the rest of the parts. So now we're about to put it in sealer, then base coat, clear coat. It's going to be awesome. So far, the only actual car part that's been painted is the underside of the hatch. There's a lot more parts to come, so of course I'll be making some more paint content so you guys can follow us along for the journey. The color looks absolutely incredible. The video does not do it justice, I promise. I'm going to try to get better lighting here and there so you guys can see it in different light. But anyway, before I close this video out, I wanted to give you guys just a quick update on some stuff that I've been doing to the car in the background, off camera, while Andy's been working since the last video. So the first thing is the front. So I completely rerouted the chassis harness. I did a quote-unquote tuck when I first did the swap, but to be perfectly honest, it was not done very well. So I actually had wires like bunched up on the outside of the core support coming underneath the crash bar, basically the same thing on both sides. It just looked horrible, and I was worried about the harness getting damaged and so on and so forth. So I ended up actually taking the plunge and splitting the chassis harness completely down the middle. Now I was able to actually pull the harness back through the engine bay and reroute it through these existing holes in the core support. I honestly don't remember what ran through these originally, but they still had the factory plastic grommets, and they were able to channel the wire harness very effectively on top of the crash bar. Now, with all of my air ducting that I've put into the Type X front bumper, I did not want the crash bar to be seen. So the bar actually is pitched up at the front a little higher than it would, typically mount. I've modified the holes and stuff accordingly to make everything fit. And because of that, I had to actually clearance them a little bit right here. I ended up repainting the bar just so my pop-up headlamps have, plenty of, room to articulate and not actually hit the crash bar. There's a lot going on right here. I'm just kind of scratching the surface of things that I've been doing, and it took about a week to do all of this, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I was actually able to kind of relocate the fuse box a little bit, clean things up in this area. I'm not done. There's still some things that I have to wire up here. I've actually figured out my air conditioning setup, my custom AC setup, so got to wire up the fans and stuff for that and whatnot. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a snapshot on what's happening right there. Another thing that I'm really proud of are my custom inner fender liners. So I got rid of the factory plastic inner liners years ago. I don't even know where they went. But with the wide body setup and whatnot that I have on it now, it's definitely needful to have something in there to prevent water and debris from going in between, the fender and the body and going into the interior. I'm still going to put some kind of like weather sealing and stuff in here, and I promise that's temporary. I gotta put some more nut certs in there so I can fasten it properly, but I think it looks pretty good. It's just ABS sheets of plastic, cut, heated, molded it accordingly, and I did something similar on the other side. So that's gonna make things a whole lot more functional and don't have to worry about, crap getting everywhere that it shouldn't. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing that too, and make sure you turn those notifications on. More 240SX content on its way. Take care, everyone.